Ticats Audio Network.
Montreal just 11:23 to go in the second quarter. Back at Tim Hortons Field, RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker and Dominic Davis in at quarterback. A completed pass to the left. It's caught and immediately tackled was Fabian Guerra, the second-year Alouette.
Still have the starting lineup of the defensive secondary in the game for the Ticats. You know, that first drive and really first two drives wasn't exactly the way they wanted to start off the preseason. Still out there getting into the game, getting used to the feel of the season, and probably some valuable plays here for them.
Second and 3 for the Alouettes. 3 receivers to the right. It's a handoff to Taku Lee, and he will not get this play started. Flags fly just as the ball was snapped. So Montreal will be sent back 5 yards. The Alouettes very effective with Trevor Harris. He looked really sharp, leading the Alouettes to points on their first 2 drives. Vernon Adams Jr. healthy this year. Dominic Davis, he's got CFL experience. It's now 2nd and 8 for the Alouettes. They're on their own 42-yard line. Davis in the shotgun. Looks up the middle, throws up the middle, and oh boy, it's a great catch, but a huge hit thrown by Tunde Adeleke. One of the favorite targets for the Alouettes early on has been Krishan Hogan, and give him a lot of credit for hanging on to that football and getting the Alouettes a first down. He was hit hard.
And the way that football is played right now, it takes real athleticism to hit that hard and to do it safely. And Tunde, we just got another look at it. It was hard. It was a violent hit on the field, but it's all shoulder pad. Hogan's up and off now, but really impressive throw over top of the linebacking core into the middle of the field, and Tunde was right there to put a big hit on him, but really a huge gain for the Alouettes.
There was no look-off by Davis, so Tunde read that, but the pass was completed. Here's Taku Lee in at running back, and he runs to his right, and the defensive line follows him there. Little help from the linebackers and a minimal gain for Lee.
Part of a preseason game like this too, RJ, is just that you almost can't replicate the way that you get winded in a game. You can't do it well in practice. And training camp is hard. You practice a ton, all that. Everybody knows that. But there's something about that game level of exhaustion that it's nice to feel that prior to the games counting.
Yeah, it's a great point. And last year, teams didn't have the preseason game, so there was a little rust early. And Dominic Davis has not been as automatic as Trevor Harris was. This was a pass for the running back Lee. It was over his head. It goes incomplete. And the Alouettes will bring out their punt team.
Lawrence Woods has really looked impressive on a couple of these returns here. He's going to be an exciting guy to watch and to see if he's able to stick around. But he's back to return this punt right now. Love to see a big one get broken open here in this preseason game.
Davis went 3 for 5, 25 yards so far in at quarterback. Lawrence Woods drifts over to his left on the Joseph Zima punt, and punt goes out of bounds, so Woods didn't get an opportunity for a return. It is 10-9. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes. Preseason action at Tim Hortons Field. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker getting set for another season of Ticats football. This is preseason game number 1. Montreal jumped out to a 9-0 lead. Tiger Cats have battled back. It's now 10-9 Tiger Cats, and there's Wes Hills powering his way through that left side of the Montreal defense, getting close to a first down, but those were hard yards from Wes Hills, carrying a couple of defenders.
Hard yards. He's a big body, and he runs tough. That was a nice 7-yard gain. Offensive coordinator, play caller, you're on your own 10-yard line. If you can get 7 yards on first down and be 2nd and 3, you're smiling. That is great football.
Now on their 17-yard line. 3 yards to go for a fresh set of downs. Schultz, play action, throws over the middle. It is complete. It is caught by Emmanuel Butler. And he is up to the 25-yard line. It's a first down for the Tiger Cats. This first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Nice read there by Schultz, too. A little play-action read. He got the ball out of his hands quickly. And the big body, Emmanuel Butler, with a sure-handed catch in traffic. Nice, simple play call.
6'4", tallest receiver at camp for the Tiger Cats. He'll get a long look in the preseason. Another fake handoff to Wes Hills, kept by Schultz. He likes to run. He will get a few yards, but well short of the first down.
That time, Emmanuel Butler was called on for a pretty key block, coming across in motion in front of Schultz's face there in a kick-out block on the outside. Schultz kept the ball to his left. Nice patient run there for a 3-yard gain.
Now on the 30-yard line, Tiger Cats in their own end, 2 second down, 6 yards to go. Matthew Schultz takes a step back, and that ball well short of the intended target, Butler, and it goes incomplete, and that will be the end of the drive for the Tiger Cats. The punt team comes on. And who do we have? Joel Whitford had a 29-yard punt in his only opportunity, the returning punter for the Ticats. And now we'll get a look at Blake Hayes, another global player. 6'6", has all kinds of records at the University of Illinois. Holds the record for 50-plus yard punts. Amount of times holding opponents inside the 20. There he is back on his 16-yard line with the wind. Blake Hayes, a left-legged kicker. It's not a great kick. It goes out of bounds well before midfield. So the Tiger Cats have a lot of kickers in camp. They would love to see somebody take this job and own it. And that clearly some nerves for Hayes early on. Montreal will have good field position when he come back. It's 10-9 Tiger Cats on the Ticats Audio Network. Montreal, great field position. Blake Hayes, 15-yard kick. It went out of bounds, so a 10-yard penalty. It's a net 5-yard kick. So the Alouettes, with 6 minutes to go in the half, start on the Hamilton 35 on this drive. Dominic Davis under pressure, has to roll to his right, passes to his right, and it is complete to the check down target, the running back Taku Lee along that right sideline. It'll be a gain of maybe 3 yards.
You got to feel for Blake Hayes. First year up in Canada, first punt in the game, and, there's a lot of nerves. He's been competing with, 4 or 5 guys at practice, but somebody is going to have to take over the spot because the Ticats have to get that fixed before the first game of the season.
Hayes has been with the team for 2 or 3 days, so clearly some nerves. Davis to a wide open Keon Julian Grant, who was running left to right toward the middle of the field. He'll get across the 25-yard line, maybe down to the 23. It's good enough for a first down for Montreal.
There's the hashes sort of coming into play, RJ. That was to the field side for the Alouettes, way to the left of the quarterback. But that's not as far of a throw anymore. And so that slow route, that slow classic dig from the far side coming in at 5 yards, that's a shorter ball time, an easier throw now, and teams are going to have to get that covered quicker and more efficiently than they have in years past.
Ball on the Hamilton 23-yard line. Dominic Davis, lots of time, throws up the middle. It is complete to Regis Sibasu. And that will get the Alouettes about halfway to another first down. 5 yards on that play. Tackle made by Buchanan. 00, Balin Buchanan out of Louisiana Tech. 2nd and 6 to go from the Hamilton 19. Dominic Davis from the shotgun. Hands off. Taku Lee, a stutter step, and then he tries to get a burst to the left side, but the Tiger Cats defense comes up big. They do not allow the first down. Kyle Wilson was there on the tackle for Hamilton.
That's a big stop for the Hamilton defense. And after the net 5-yard punt, it's just as costly as a turnover. It's a sack fumble effectively. And for a defense to come out here and then be able to hold them to 3, it's really a great win for the defensive unit. That's really what they're trying their best to do, is to avoid those 7 points. Early flag here.
David Cote was on for the field goal.
Too many men in the formation.
Hey.
Montreal. 5-yard penalty.
It shouldn't affect Montreal too much. That was a 26-yarder, so now it'll be a 31-yarder.
There's a classic preseason penalty there. There's too many men everywhere tonight, on the sidelines, on the field. and you've also got American guys out there who don't, the 12 is a strange number for us when we come up here. Or, it's a little weird, and, you get a little confused sometimes.
Officially a 31-yard attempt for David Cote's 1 for 1 so far in the game, and no doubt about it, Cote, that's routine for him. Another field goal, and the Alouettes jump back in the lead. It's 12-10. Seeing a lot of the replacement guys, both teams using a lot of starters to begin with. And now it's an opportunity to make the team. I was asking you this before the game, Luke, with Montreal's kicking game pretty much set. If you're an Alouettes kicker and have done your research, not saying the Tiger Cats have an opening, the coaching staff maybe have the guys that they want in there, but Montreal coming into camp, you'd know, probably not going to win that job as a kicker. So maybe the Alouettes kickers would be auditioning for other teams.
100%. It's a strange little niche of a career there. To be a kicker in the CFL, there's 9 teams, and 9 guys are going to be the guy. Certainly more than that are going to, kick field goals throughout the season. But all those guys are hoping to land somewhere. And boy, this is one of the few chances they're going to get to show that they can.
Hand off to Wes Hills, and he gets a burst of speed, and he will get 7 yards. Montreal brings him down. We're at the 3-minute warning, and Alouettes lead the Tiger Cats 12-10. We will be back with the end of the opening half on the Ticats Audio Network. Just want to remind you, Tiger Cats home opener Saturday, June 18th. Stampeders will be here, but it's a special night. CFL Hall of Fame class of 2020-2021 will be honored that night. Among the honorees, Orlando Steinauer, of course, Ticats head coach. So come out and support Coach O. Visit ticats.ca/tickets. That's ticats.ca/tickets to make sure you're in the building for a very special night. They just had him on the big screen here at Tim Hortons Field. He's focused on coaching a game, but a great ovation from the crowd. Wes Hills, another carry. And more positive yardage. He will be very close to a first down. He's indicating it's a first down. And they have not moved the sticks yet. So it's got to be an inch or two short. 3rd and 1. Schultz holds on himself, and he's across the 50, no problem, converting that first down. So the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Wes Hill again, strong run, lost his footing a bit, but was able to regain his balance and push forward for an extra. Great to see Matt Schultz in there really kind of making a difference tonight. I think that's going to prove to be an asset for the Ticats as the season goes on. Of course, Dane Evans is the guy, but in the CFL, you always need 2 at some point. Whether injury or other, it doesn't. You need them at some point or again.
Well, Tiger Cats saw that last year. 3 different quarterbacks earned a victory. This time it's a pass to Wes Hills. Another head of steam going, and you don't want to be a defender when the 220-pound Wes Hills is at full speed. He'll be just shy of a first down this time. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the opening half. Tiger Cats are down 12-10. Montreal jumped out to a 9-0 lead in the game. Tiger Cats had a brief 10-9 lead, and David Cote just hit his 2nd field goal of the game. Wes Hills, he has been very active on this drive. Tough yards again, right up the middle. Won't get many, and the Tiger Cats are going to be short of the first down, and this is kind of in between time.
Like you said, the wind is moving from left to right, from the players' sidelines towards the mountain.
It's 3rd and 2. there is an injury. It's Kyle Saxelid, one of the big acquisitions by the Tiger Cats, big in a couple of ways, trading some draft picks with Edmonton and bringing in Grant McDonald as well. And Saxelid, 6'8", 320 pounds. He's actually playing that right tackle spot that Chris Van Zyl usually occupies, but Van Zyl injured right now, and this is not what the Tiger Cats want. Saxelid expected to be a big part of this offensive line.
On his knee, just holding his lower back, and he's walking off sort of gingerly right now with the training staff, but that was an awkward play. You could just see some of those times, even some of the receivers in the mix, blocking from the outside edge of that box there, kind of everyone just getting crumpled in on each other. It's a classic time to get rolled up and get one of those nagging little soft tissue injuries, and hopefully that one goes away quick for Saxelid.
It was 3rd and 2. You never know in the preseason, but Coach O elects to go with the field goal team. This is likely what he would probably do in a regular season game. Joel Whitford back in for the punt. Under a minute 40 to go in the opening half, trying to pin the Alouettes deep. He's standing on his own 45-yard line. Whitford, this is another short kick, and it will land at the 20, take a bounce, a Hamilton bounce. It maybe came back a couple of yards. There is a flag.
Really savvy play there by the Alouettes return man. And it's hard to get a take on who that is. There's a lot of numbers in the game now, but
Hamilton number 33, 15-yard penalty, first down.
he was smart enough to run up and bat that ball down, because once he touches it, the no yards applies. If he never touched that and it was about to roll out of bounds, then the no yards doesn't exist. The return man or a member of the return team has to touch the ball, and that was just an awkward short punt, and his running up just to slap that ball down caused an extra 15 yards net off that punt. It's going to be, we're gonna not be able to stop talking about this, RJ, for weeks if they don't get this hammered out, because it will manifest itself in points on the scoreboard if they don't. And that is the punt issue, of course, I'm referring to.
So that was a 28-yard punt. After the penalty, it's a net of 13 yards. So the field position battle, you talk about it all the time. Of course, the coaches talk about it all the time. Hamilton is not winning that field position battle.
Kyle Wilson from the linebacking position came down for a really solid, sound, hard tackle there for the underneath throw from the Alouettes. Kept him with a little work left to be done on second down here.
Guerra with the catch from Dominic Davis, 2nd and 4. Montreal on their own 43-yard line. Just over a minute to go in the half. Wide open is Tanku Lee out of the backfield. He is across midfield into Hamilton territory, just short of the Tiger Cats' 45-yard line. That is a first down, and Montreal back threatening for more points before the end of the half.
Yeah, nice play by the Alouettes. Dominique Davis found his back, leaked out into the uncovered flat. It was man coverage, and too many men came in and left that running back unattended.
19 yards on that play for Lee. Dominic Davis, 42 seconds on the clock. Fresh set of downs in Hamilton territory. He's under pressure, throws to his right. It's another completion. Running along that near sideline, almost to the 30-yard line. It was caught by Regis Sibasu.
And there again, that's the wide side of the field now in 2022, not as wide, and that ball gets out there pretty quick. Gives that Z receiver alone out there on the sidelines just a split second more time while he gets the ball in his hands to then turn upfield. Doesn't take as long to get out there, and really valuable play there for the Alouettes.
Montreal on the near hash mark. 36-yard line of the Tiger Cats. 32 seconds on the clock. Dominic Davis again passing, goes up the middle. It is complete right near the 25-yard line. Krishan Hogan, who has had some big catches for Montreal in this opening half, including a tough one up the middle where he took a hard hit from Tunde Adeleke. He is just a couple of inches shy of the first down. So 2nd and 1 from the 27-yard line, 24 seconds on the clock. The clock is running. Davis to Hogan again. He's at the 20, trying to break some tackles. Gets just inside the 20-yard line. It's another first down for Montreal. Not much time to go in the half. 16 seconds.
RJ, that's a perfect example. 2 plays in a row. Nelson playing the will position for the Ticats gets stretched in what now is a larger boundary to the left there.
Dominic Davis under pressure. The Tiger Cats get to him, and the ball looked like it popped loose. Davis was able to get it back. He's been pushed back to almost the 30-yard line. There's 6 seconds on the clock. Montreal tried to get a quick play in. They could not do it. And the Tiger Cats defense able to come up with a big play. He did drop that football. Looked like Alden Darby was part of that mix, the former Blue Bomber. Another field goal attempt for David Cote. This one, 37 yards. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Cote's kick is up, and it's good. So 9 points coming off the foot of David Cote. He did have a convert block by Dylan Wynn. That is it for the opening half. And the Montreal Alouettes lead the Hamilton Tiger Cats 15-10.
Ticats Audio Network.
Second half almost set to begin. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. First preseason game for the Tiger Cats. With the Montreal Alouettes in town, seeing a lot of players. The Alouettes with a 15-10 lead after the opening half. Trevor Harris came out and he was just hitting everything he was throwing at. 124 yards, touchdown. David Cote's been terrific, hitting 3 field goals. Dane Evans, he went 4 for 5, 46 yards. Matthew Schultz, 3 for 4, and he was running really well. But Jeff Giordad, our statistician, this is a good one, Luke. This is preseason. First half combined, 14 players made a catch. 33 players had a tackle.
Wow.
So we are all over the rosters tonight.
We are. The Alouettes, like we said at the start of our broadcast, they've doubled up jersey numbers. There's multiples out there. If it was me, I'd have fought for the number 101 or something cool like that. But I don't know, whatever. We got multiple 26s. It's crazy. But we've talked about it already. There's a lot of guys who are just fighting to be in camp tomorrow and to get another chance to play. And you can see there's awesome energy. There's great. You do see some rookie mistakes. You see some young. It's a first game for everybody. But great effort. It's a good game we've got here tonight.
All 5 of the kickers on the roster for the Tiger Cats were out well before halftime was over. Montreal kicking off to begin the second half. And it will be Dejan Lee. He's listed at 5'7". And look at him go. Cuts up the middle, tries to get to the left side, and he's got that spring in his step, cutting left and right, and almost like he bounces off. So a pretty good first touch in the CFL for Dejan Lee.
I think Craig Butler's got to feel really good about his special teams units right now. As far as their coverage has been, they've been sound. They blocked an extra point. It's a great thing for a young special teams unit to do, to block a kick like that and make a game-changing play. Of course, it's the punting and kicking that they have to get worked out, and that's apart from scheme. That's a whole nother thing that has to get corrected on its own.
Jalen Morton in at quarterback now for the Tiger Cats, and it is a handoff to Wes Hills. And he gets that speed right at the line of scrimmage. He's not afraid to go right up the middle, and he gets very close to a first down, going right into the heart of that Montreal defense. Second and 2 now for the Tiger Cats. They're up to their own 43-yard line. Ticats with 4 quarterbacks on their roster. We've seen Dane Evans and Matthew Schultz. They're likely done for the day. Jalen Morton in now. It's another handoff to Wes Hills, and he goes right up the middle once again, and he carries those Montreal defenders with him, and it looks like he will be very close to a first down. However, there is a flag.
Late flag. There has been a little bit of scrapping going on, and you got to think, even though this game doesn't count, it's important for a lot of guys, and there's emotions run high when you're trying to keep a job. This flag came in really late, and they're having a long discussion as to probably on who the blame most directly falls, because you can imagine a lot of times like this, you could kind of kind of give it to anyone you want.
All right, let's have a listen.
Montreal 46, misconduct penalty, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's Josh Harvey Clemens. And referee is Tom Valesi. So that'll help the Tiger Cats. That moves them into Montreal territory. Onto the Montreal 47-yard line. Jalen Morton in at quarterback. Play action this time. And he rolls to his right, hitting his receiver on the run, Emmanuel Butler, and he will just get a gain of a couple before he's brought down.
Emmanuel Butler has got a couple good drives in tonight. We've seen him in for a while since the end of the first quarter, and nothing spectacular, but he seems like a guy who's out there doing his job, doing what he's called on. That was a very, very difficult catch that he made for a 4-yard gain. That's truly valuable. You know, 2nd and 6 is a lot more doable for a coordinator than 2nd and 10.
Marc-Antoine Dequoy was right there, the Montreal safety. Tight coverage, but a good catch by Butler. He's getting a long look here for the Tiger Cats. Morton, he throws. It's a hard throw. It's an accurate throw. It's caught down at the 20. Running to the sideline, trying to get extra yards. It's Keandre Smith.
This one is going to come back, and I think it's on Keandre Smith for his own. It's classic. You know the ball's coming to you, and you're too hot in your waggle.
Yeah. Tom Valesi, the referee, waving everybody back.
5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So it was
brutal.
offside. You're right, Luke.
Yeah. That's hard. He's out there to the field side, that Z that we've been talking about, that far outside position, but he also had a waggle. And so that far away from the ball, running full speed, knowing that this is maybe one of those plays that's coming my way, it takes a little timing and takes some weeks in camp to get that strange outside waggle down perfect and jump to the gun there.
It's unfortunate. It was a 30-yard gain, or would have been. Instead, it's a 5-yard loss. Now 2nd and 12. Tiger Cats back to their own 49-yard line. Jalen Morton, Louie and Andy talked about it. He's got a great arm. Empty backfield, and he's under pressure, and he is sacked. So the early penalty in this drive to Montreal that gave Hamilton 15 yards. It was Josh Harvey Clemens who took that penalty. He's the one who gets the sack. So that will be another loss for the Tiger Cats, pushing them across midfield into Montreal territory, but it's a punt. And this has been a story tonight, Luke, the punting game. Blake Hayes in again. He had a net 5-yard punt on his first CFL kick. This one, much better. It's a low kick, caught just inside the 20, wow, and falling just before Gordon White got there was Ryth Jean Giroux.
Illegal block. Montreal number 22. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So a penalty to Montreal. It's 15-10. Alouettes lead in the third quarter. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Tim Hortons Field, first preseason game for the Tiger Cats. So procedure here for Montreal very quickly. That'll push them back a little bit more. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker will be calling the Ticats games for you again this year. Looking forward to a big season. Montreal going with Ben Holmes at quarterback. His first snap ended up in a penalty, and now Montreal's pushed back to their own 9-yard line to begin this drive. It's a handoff for a couple of yards. That one went to DeLance Turner.
RJ, first half you have 9 penalties in total. A lot of that first half your vets are playing, the guys who are going to be on the field in week 1, and 9 is not a totally unusual number. That can be, that can be found in any regular season game. We're 4 minutes into the second half here, and there's 4 penalties already. And now these guys, they're young. Guys aren't used to the waggle. They're not used to the timing. They're playing with a quarterback they may not have gotten a lot of reps with. And here we go. This is sort of more standard preseason here now.
2nd and 13. Montreal hemmed in deep. It's a short pass.
Wow.
A lot of pressure being put on Ben Holmes, and he just wanted to get rid of that football. He did. It was to the check down Turner again, the running back. And that was a loss for the Owls, so they will be punting from their own end zone.
Lee Autry, the second, 6'2", 305 pounds, and he used every single pound in that tackle. That was awesome. He was 6 yards deep in the backfield, and now the Alouettes are punting from third and almost 20 backed into their own end zone.
And this is Andrew Foster into punt. So Joseph Zima, who should be penciled in as the Alouettes punter, takes a break, and this will bounce a couple of times, picked up at the 45-yard line of Montreal. And that's Dejan Lee. And Montreal was in pretty good coverage to stop him. But the Ticats will start from the Montreal 40. They're down by 5 in the third quarter. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Jalen Morton in at quarterback for the Tiger Cats. He's getting the third quarter. Dane Evans the first, Matthew Schultz the second, and Morton with a handoff to Hills. Jake Burt in there blocking. That's a gain of just a couple for Hills. He has been a workhorse, though, ever since he's come in. The Tiger Cats have used him a lot.
Yep, and he's gotten a good number of carries here today, and they're making him work. That's Don Jackson and he are sort of both vying to be the number one American back here for the Ticats, and Hills looks really good here tonight.
Sean Thomas Erlington, the touchdown leader for the Tiger Cats last year. He is in camp. He's just banged up, not dressed tonight. 6 quarterbacks combined for 81% completion rate. This time, Morton's not passing. He's running. He's down to the 15, the 10, just shy of the 5-yard line. So Jalen Morton, he's got a cannon for an arm, and he can run too.
There is another example, RJ, of what the hash marks are going to do to the CFL game. That's the boundary side, and had that hash been shrunk by those 4 yards that was brought in, I'm not sure if Morton would have made that edge, but he has just that much more space out there to turn that corner. It changes even that. Even defenses have to hem a quarterback in a little bit differently too. It'll be really interesting this season to see how much the game is affected by the change in hash marks.
33-yard run for Morton. That brings the Ticats down to the Montreal 5-yard line. Morton with the empty backfield, so he's tired after that 33-yard run. He's under pressure, tried to scramble away from that pressure, but the Alouettes got to him, and that'll push the Tiger Cats back another 5 or 6 yards. Looked like Antonio Simmons was part of the group of Alouettes defenders that got to Morton.
Solid man coverage. That's why teams run cover 0 down close to the end zone. If there's not an immediate answer, you're counting on your rush to get in there and disrupt the passer's timing. And right there, Morton really didn't have anywhere to go quick.
The rushing game, it was so great for Montreal last year. William Stanback has not been in this game. Montreal has 10 rushing yards. Hamilton has 111. Now the Ticats on the Montreal 10. It's 2nd and 10. Scrambling is Morton. He's hit a couple of times, and he stumbles his way into the end zone. Morton with the big run, and he finishes it off with a touchdown. The Tiger Cats are ahead again.
Great drive. Awesome to see a young quarterback put it together like that. With his arm, he gets sacked. He goes for a long run, ups and downs, and fights his way down the field to get into the end zone himself. Really encouraging. You know, we've got all kinds of young guys out there, guys that are going to be impactful this year, yeah, maybe, but guys we're going to be seeing for years out here probably, and they look great. There's great energy and effort, and that was a really good-looking team touchdown drive.
Morton going pretty much up the middle with that run, did a hard fake to his right, cut back to the left. He was hit a couple of times and tackled just as he got into the end zone. 2 rushes on that drive for Jalen Morton, 43 yards, ends in a Tiger Cats touchdown. And they're going to go for 2 here. And it's kept by Morton. Can he do everything? No, this time he runs to his right, got to the sideline, and Montreal got the angle on him. So Morton does not get the 2-point conversion. Trying to do it all with his legs, but he did get the Tiger Cats ahead. It's a close game, 16-15. About halfway through the third quarter here at Tim Hortons Field. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats in the lead, 16-15, third quarter. Kickoff, and that is the former Tiger Cat. Tyrese Beverette, who gets across the Alouettes 25-yard line before the Hamilton Tiger Cats special teams gets to him.
Miles Manalo down in there mixing everything up. It's another guy who was around last season. Did his best work when he was called on, and he's another guy in there fighting for a job and giving everything he's got there in the coverage unit for his special teams coach, Craig Butler.
So I'm going to correct myself. There's 2 26s on the Montreal roster. That one was Ryan Giroux, who was returning that kick, not Tyrese Beverette. So
we'll give you a pass.
Yeah, preseason, it's tricky. Double up some numbers, why not? Pass out to the right. That's Ben Holmes' first completion. And it's caught by Cole Spiker in his first game with the Alouettes.
I believe that was Stavros Katsantonis, who is wearing number 30 out there, coming down to make that break up on the play there, make the tackle there, taking air out real quickly.
2nd and 2 for the Alouettes on their own 35-yard line. In at quarterback, Ben Holmes. Wow. And defense comes up big. Kyle Wilson there again. He's had a couple of big plays for the Tiger Cats. And that might have been a loss. Certainly short of the first down are the Alouettes, and they'll have to punt.
He has shown up here twice now in the third quarter, and he was in the backfield immediately after the snap of the ball.
Just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Close game, this first preseason game for both teams. We've seen 6 quarterbacks. We might see more. Montreal punting, and into punt again is Andrew Foster. This is his first CFL game. Dejon Lee. He is dynamic to watch, running to his left, comes to a full stop, cuts back to his right, but there wasn't anything there. Montreal finally corralled him at the Hamilton 50-yard line. He is fun to watch. He's quick. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Hamilton leads Montreal 16-15. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats back on offense. Jalen Morton with the handoff to Wes Hills, and he'll go up the middle again. Those hard yards for Hills. Doesn't get much. Looks like about a yard.
Nice test here at 2nd and 9 at midfield, or just shy of midfield. Big moment in a drive here, and if a young group of guys who hasn't been around each other for very long, if they can move the sticks here, it's a great little checkpoint this far into camp if you can get these guys to make this big play, to know where the markers are, to get it done.
All first-year receivers in there right now, and Jalen Morton, he took a little bit of time. He took a hit, stays on his feet. Now he's way back at his own 40, running to his left and eyeing that far first down marker. Looked like he ran out of bounds just shy of it, but he was on the run, and Alouettes were in hot pursuit.
Illegal contact. Montreal number 35. 10-yard penalty. The result will be a first down.
Well, a little exercise for Jalen Morton. Got what he wanted, though. Got the first down.
Illegal contact down the field. That's another one of those mistakes that you just make at this point. You haven't been going full in camp. You haven't been operating at this speed, and that's costly. Jalen Morton was at one point 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, scrambling to his left with really nothing going. Got back to the line of scrimmage for a small positive gain, but 1st and 10 now they find themselves.
On the Montreal 50-yard line, right in the center of the field. Morton using that great arm, looking down the sideline. Keandre Smith, he was stride for stride down that sideline with Robert Hayes Jr., but the pass was just a little too far for Smith to track down.
That was a beautifully thrown football. I mean, I actually think Keandre Smith didn't totally expect that. It looked like for one quick second he just made a little bit of a stutter in his route there, but it easily pushed the ball 45 yards down the field there on a tight spiral. That would have been a beautiful reception. Really, really interesting to watch Jalen Morton throw that far of a ball with such ease and with such a clean spiral. That looked great.
2nd and 10, still on the Montreal 50. This time, Morton throwing to his left across his body. Anthony Johnson makes the catch, and he's going to be short of the first down. Another strong arm throw from Morton. Looks like the Tiger Cats are 2 yards short of the first down. Morton was looking at his wristband, might have wanted to stay out there.
Yeah, you'd like to see that, but they've got just as much to figure out in this aspect of the game as they do offensively. A practiced 49-yard field goal is valuable to Orlando Steinauer right now.
So Michael Domagala in for a 49-yard field goal attempt. He is the most experienced kicker as far as CFL in camp for the Tiger Cats. And he's good from 49 yards. Michael Domagala, long field goal, extends the lead for Hamilton. It's now 19-50.
That was encouraging. That was a really well-struck kick. No doubt about it. 49 yards, made it there without much in question. See Joel Whitford there holding for him on that one. Matt Schultz was in earlier in the game, but really clean operation. That's encouraging, and the Ticats need to continue to solidify both the kicking and the punting game.
Well, that'll help Domagala. He had a lot of experience in pressure situations last year, including a Grey Cup. Great kick, 49 yards. Tiger Cats up by 4. Back to work on offense for Montreal. Rolling to his right is Ben Holmes. And he just tried to get rid of it. The gap was closing. It was being chased down and got rid of the football.
Yeah, really doing his best there, Ben Holmes, to make something happen. And that's one of those dangerous positions where a quarterback trying to force it a little bit, and he's rolling all the way to his right and really threw it back. A short, hard pass against his body. Really a classic place for a turnover or cause a mistake there. It just falls incomplete.
Anthony Federico with the pressure. 2nd and 10. Montreal on their own 40. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Ticats up by 4. Pass to the near sideline. A good throw from Holmes, and it is caught by Hogan. And that's a first down for Montreal.
Young DBs, that they got to take the air out of that one a little bit quicker. That was a short out route from the outside there and a curl route on the inside. The quarterback's left, both just right at the sticks, right at the first down marker, and really he could have taken either one of those for the first down. Rashawn Hogan having an impressive game. Here he is again, another completion from Holmes. Caught between the numbers and the hash mark and worked his way to the Hamilton 50-yard line. Close to another first down. Those first 2 drives for Montreal, they had 8 first downs. Their last 8 drives, only 6 first downs. Trevor Harris was the guy who started things for Montreal, and he was very good. Hogan for the Alouettes is obviously a guy who's been getting, is going to get a lot of attention. Right now he's got 8 catches for 78 yards. It's a handoff, and trying to get up the middle for a few yards was DeLance Turner. This drive for the Alouettes has eaten up a lot of clock here. Yes. They're really just chipping away down the field. They're getting converting those second downs, and that when you're doing that, a couple things. The defense gets really tired. You really control the flow of that game, and you can start to really get creative with your play calls. You can open up the playbook, and on a game like tonight, when it's not, meaningful going into the future, it gives you just a chance as a play caller for the Alouettes just to sort of explore your personnel. You can kind of put some guys in some different positions. You can call some unique things, and you can just sort of experiment and make the most of what is just a free game to try out some guys and to build the depth of your team. But they're really doing a great job in the second half here controlling this clock right now. DeLance Turner is down, getting off the field under his own power. Those couple of yards he got were enough for a first down.
Time of possession is close. Montreal 22:50, Hamilton 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Ben Holmes in at quarterback. He's from Orchard Park, New York.
Hey,
Yeah, you know that spot.
I know him.
Holmes play action, rolls to his right, trying to find somebody open, being chased again by Federico, and it is caught by Sibasu, and he was very close to that first down marker. We'll see where they spot this football.
I actually did have a couple off seasons a chance to train with Ben, and really good, really solid guy, athletic, and just kind of loves that moment of competition, and just kind of one of those guys that thrives in it, and glad to see him out here with a chance to make a team in the CFL.
His first drive under a lot of pressure. Montreal had to punt from their own end zone, and ever since he's been pretty effective. He's got it into Hamilton territory. This was a short yardage situation. He was keeping it himself, but flags all over the place. So procedure on Montreal. Anxious on that short yardage. Justin Chase out of East Carolina. He's trying to make the Alouettes. He'd be a rookie. Well, they're going to stick with it. It's 3rd and 6 from the Hamilton 43. 2nd and 6, sorry, the clock was wrong. That makes sense why they're going for it. Ben Holmes, there's another pass to Sibasu, and he's well into first down territory inside the Hamilton 30. So Holmes running to his right again. There is a flag on the play. So that's the end of the third quarter. Montreal taking a lot of penalties. That'll push them back to the Hamilton 46-yard line. End of 3 quarters. It's 19-15 for the Tiger Cats. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.
Holmes with a pass to Fabian Guerra, and he's hit hard, really hard, by Alden Darby Jr. And that will force Montreal to punt. Into punt is Andrew Foster again. He is standing on his own 50-yard line, and waiting to return is Dejan Lee. He's at his own 5, so he's expecting this to be a fairly deep kick. Lee has to come in, catches it at his own 11, and he was right on the numbers. Montreal really had great coverage down there, and it was Lee taking it to the 20-yard line.
I really haven't been impressed with either team's punting tonight. Even Montreal's are also coming out a little bit low, a little flat, a little short. I have been very impressed with Montreal's ability to not commit these no yards penalties that are so costly. Their coverage is pretty tight and in the right position. Decent job there for punts it's hard when those punts aren't flying the way that you expect them to.
Into the fourth quarter now. Jalen Morton still in at quarterback. Hands off to Dejan Lee. Runs to his left, and he will get across the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Hamilton on their own 21-yard line. So he didn't get any gain, just back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 here for Jalen Morton in this Hamilton offense. Quarterbacks have combined for 35 completions on 44 attempts. So the quarterbacks, all 6 of them in this game have been good. Morton with an empty backfield, banking up, checks it down to Lee. He started to his left, cut back to his right, and he's able to get across the 30-yard line, and it's a first down for the Tiger Cats. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross. First down.
Really impressive throw by Morton and the catch by Lee. It's a screen set up to Morton's left, but Lee, the running back, you said 5'7", right? He's tucked in there tight, and it was a really, really difficult throw to find, but they pieced it together for a really beautiful gain.
So, fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats from their own 33. Again, empty backfield for Morton. He's got some time, stands in the pocket, throwing deep. He's got a receiver, and it's just a little too far. Tony Brown, he was behind the coverage, but he just couldn't catch up to that football. It's a long incompletion.
Jalen Morton, Andy Fantuz says he saw him throw almost 100 yards on the field at McMaster. I mean, that is superhuman.
Yes, it is.
But you can see twice here tonight, there's been just a slight miss on the deep balls, and it's overthrown. You know, and when it's that easy to huck the ball like that, you really got to zero that in. That's two chances there that could have been enormous gains for the Ticats.
It does look effortless, and Morton's throwing again. It's a long throw to his right. It is complete, very close to a first down, and that is caught by Tyler Turner out of the U of A.
Third down, staying on the field here at the Hamilton, at their own 42-yard line. I love it, and I take it back.
Well, you said it earlier, Luke, that the kicking game is maybe a spot where the Tiger Cats
exactly.
need to work the most. So a gamble here on 3rd and a yard or so.
The Ticats have punted 4 times tonight for an average of 28, and we know they had the net 5er in there too. So this is they got to get this fixed, and it's worth it to practice this live right now.
Turner's catch makes him the 18th player with a reception tonight. Tig Leader, he's in for a kick, and this is a high kick. It will bounce out of bounds at the 35-yard line, so a little bit better for the Tiger Cats. We're into the fourth quarter, 11:37 to go. Tiger Cats lead Montreal in preseason action, 19-15. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Another quarterback in for the Alouettes. This time it is Davis Alexander, and he'll roll to his right, complete on the near sideline. Kaya with the catch, his first catch of the game, and it's a 6-yard gain for Montreal. Kevin Kaya out of the University of Montreal in his second year. Gain of 6, so 2nd and 4 here for Montreal. They're on their own 41-yard line. Fourth quarterback of the game for the Alouettes, Davis Alexander. He's got time, stands right in the pocket, and he's 2 for 2, a completion right up the middle. Kaya makes that catch too, and it's a Montreal first down. Alouettes don't have any quarterback problems, and we haven't even seen Vernon Adams Jr. in this one.
Yeah, you're right. There's been really success kind of across the board. And we're well into this game, into the fourth quarter, and we have not had a turnover yet in a preseason game. We've got 8 quarterbacks have played tonight, and not one has turned the ball over. It's great to see.
The other 3 CFL preseason games, 17 turnovers. Oh, we might have one here. Ball's loose. No, it was overrun.
You almost breathed that into existence.
Yes, it was so close.
It looks like the Alouettes have got the ball.
Yep. Now, short, call it a catch. It was
true. Short pass out to the right there. Great throw. Yeah, he secured the catch.
So Kaya was hit by Woods, who's returned some kicks for Hamilton. So he's worked on the defensive side of the ball. Ball popped loose.
Okay, there you go.
So it was incomplete.
It was Hogan, the receiver for Alouettes, who covered it up anyways, but they called it incomplete. We were this close.
Want to talk about turnovers more?
Yeah,
maybe
really.
we'll get it. 2nd and 10. Montreal on their own 46-yard line. Davis Alexander, the quarterback. Another rookie. He's out of Portland State. Empty backfield.
Oh.
And it's a good pass. It's another first down. Complete into Hamilton territory. Caught by Ente Eguavon.
Too easy there. You could see it. You could see it before the snap. There was an enormous hole in the under coverage to the quarterback's left there, and just a 3 double cut high halfback, and there was just nobody sitting around that curl zone. quarterback brought his eyes from the right to the left and found it just too easy. They've got to fill the space a little bit better in the Ticats secondary.
Davis Alexander, empty backfield again, and the pressure was coming. Alden Darby was there. The pressure put on. They were able to bring down the quarterback. Alexander with the sack. Someone got there just before Darby did. Bottom line, they get the sack. That pushes Montreal back. It's now 2nd and 17 on the Hamilton 52-yard line. Davis Alexander has to pass. He won't, though. It's a keeper, and he's going to get hit hard. Brought down shy of the original line of scrimmage. Bailey Feltmate in on that tackle, as was Stavros Katsantonis. A couple of second-year players for the Tiger Cats. Big play to bring down the Alouettes quarterback and force them into a punting situation. This time it's Matt Mengel in, third punter of the game for the Alouettes. He's standing on his own 49-yard line, couple of steps ahead, and this is a high spiral. Dejon Lee drifts up to his own 15 to catch that punt, and there is a flag on the field.
Got to be a no yards here on the Alouettes.
Not much of a return for Lee. Again, the Alouettes had pretty good coverage.
You know, that punt.
Montreal number 22. 15-yard penalty.
Boy, 15 yards.
Yeah, that's why the coverage was so good.
You're right. The coverage was too tight, and that punt was a little too high. When they had the ball there on their into Hamilton territory, and you've got to get that punt beyond the 15-yard line. That should have been down there inside the 10 is really what they're aiming for, and that's what the coverage team expects. So when you put it on the 15, well, all your guys are down there too tight. And I can tell you, you go from your drive's about to start on the 15-yard line, and now you go right to the 30. Oh, you got positive vibes right off the bat. It just feels great. You know, you got breathing room, you've got room to work, you've got room to waggle. You're not backed up, and that no yards forever in the CFL. The no yards penalty is just hugely costly. And you and I were just talking of all the time that gets broken up for the special teams meeting. And every special teams coordinator doesn't think it's enough. You know, you only got so many hours in the day, and whatever your special teams gets, probably 60% of that is spent on the punt team, really. And the punt return, kickoff, kick return, they get the rest of that. Field goal block, they get all the rest of the time. But it's the punt team that makes the difference in the CFL, and it's because of that right there. It's so easy to commit a 15-yard penalty. And think about when that happens on defense and you make a 15-yard error. It's huge. I mean, you really feel bad about that penalty. The team gets down in the dumps, and just like that, Ticats just got an easy 15 yards, just for that bad punt.
Starting from their own 31-yard line. Jalen Morton still at quarterback. Pass intended for Boston. It was his first time being targeted. The pass was behind him. It went incomplete. So Andrew Boston, one of those receivers out there for the Tiger Cats.
You can see Jalen Morton. We can see him from here. He's saying, "Hey, you got to slow down. That's a young wide receiver running right through a gap where he's supposed to curl out and chill and just get right there in phase with the quarterback to get that ball." And it was really Jalen Morton made a great read and a great throw. Just young guys trying to get on the same page. 2nd
and 10 from their own 31. Morton stays in the pocket and completes the pass up the middle to Derek Vickers. His first reception of the game, and that moves the chains. This first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. 19-yard pickup for Vickers.
Nicely done. The ball gets out of Jalen Morton's hands quick, and to his own credit, I mean, he's making a good read and getting the ball out there, and that's keeping the drive going with a nice, easy, athletic play there.
Handoff this time to Dejon Lee, and the Alouettes did not allow a gain.
See, I'm biased, but I can't I can't stand when then now we're cooling the drive off with the run. Why are we running? Let's just pass every play.
You receivers.
I know. I love seeing Jalen Morton right now getting athletic in the pocket and moving around, and he's controlling the game well and making smart reads. And I'm no offensive coordinator, and that's why, because I'd be a 99-1 pass to run ratio.
Well, they'll have to pass here, you'd think. 4 receivers to the right of Morton. He's under some pressure, has to scramble. He runs to his left. He's tucked the ball. He's across midfield. The first down marker was at the Montreal 50, and no doubt he was targeting that. And they're going to spot him 2 yards short, maybe a yard and a half.
Boy, you might want to practice that punt again. You might as well,
Yeah.
You've got the lead if you care about the lead. If you're Coach O, sorry, but it's preseason. We don't know what he's thinking, and there you go. It's a cool time to practice 3rd and 2 for an offensive play as well. But we've said it already. This is more important right now. They got to get this punt unit worked out. Montreal, both teams have punted 5 times. Montreal has a 10-yard difference in their average net punt compared to Hamilton's. That's not good. That's a hard way to win.
Yeah, it hasn't been strong punting. Joel Whitford out there again for the Tiger Cats. The wind has been swirling. It was going from out of the north. Now it looks like it might be coming from the south. Whitford, a low kick. This is a good one. This will be down to the 10-yard line, and great coverage.
Yep.
Brought down by Eric Richards.
That's what they needed. Ball caught on the 10-yard line. They're outside the halo. They tackle it for a 4-yard return. That's perfect.
5 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Ticats lead 19-15. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. RJ Broadhead and Luke Tasker. Tiger Cats are leading by 4. We're in the 4th quarter, under 6 minutes to go. Davis Alexander still in at quarterback for the Montreal Alouettes, their 4th quarterback of the game, and he throws a completion to the near side right at the numbers. It's caught by Fabian Guerra, and he was falling as he caught it, so wasn't able to get any yards after the catch. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Alouettes from their own 19-yard line. Decent crowd for the preseason here at Tim Hortons Field. Crowd would love to see a stop here. Davis Alexander, empty backfield, 3 steps back, stays in the pocket, throws up the middle, and it is caught for a first down just past the 30-yard line, and it is again Fabian Guerra.
They're saying it bounced, actually. They're running out, calling it off. It looks like that maybe skipped off the turf at the last second, one of those kind of double-clutched catches. It would have been pretty impressive there of a catch. He was sort of diving back towards the quarterback as the ball came in. And good Ticats defense Ticats defense is able to get off the field there after what would have been a really great conversion for the Alouettes.
Little help for the defense with that low throw. Matt Mengel out to kick, 3rd punter of the game for Montreal, and they're trying to get their personnel correct on the field. Had a player run out late. Mengel standing on his own 5-yard line, so some pressure on this kick with the Ticats leading here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, wow.
That'll land right at midfield, and Lee was anticipating it would go to the left. It went more into the middle of the field, so he had to run a long way just to get to that football, but there were Alouettes all around him, and there's a flag on the field, which likely is, again, no yards.
I believe so. It was... I'm telling you, RJ, I am telling you, it's so costly. You got to, and this is the time to start to guys got to realize, and those special teams coordinators, you got to let them know in the meeting just how bad that is, because now they don't count, but in 2 weeks they do, and 15 yards. Shoot, I frame it as an offensive player. If I, as a receiver, was getting 3 extra 15-yard catches a game, that turns somebody from a no-name to an all-star.
That's right.
And
yeah.
Look at how damaging that is.
Tiger Cats going now with Jamie Newman in at quarterback. The handoff goes to Dejon Lee. He'll get a gain of a couple.
Asking a lot of Dejon Lee tonight. That's kind of, they've got him doing some returning. He's in the backfield. He's catching. He's running. Seems like that's a guy who Orlando Steinauer and Tommy Condell are trying to figure out. Is he a guy who can be an important piece of this? Is he a guy that we can count on for multiple jobs to make this lineup?
3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. Tiger Cats up by 4. Jamie Newman in at quarterback. It's another handoff to Dejon Lee. He will get just a touch on the 40-yard line, and then the Montreal defense drives him back. That will be short of the first down.
Winds at their back. Hamilton's on the Alouette 42-yard line. Another good time to give it a try. You got to get the kickers out there and make them work under pressure to earn a spot and make a difference.
Michael Domagala hit a 49-yard field goal. An impressive kick by the second-year Ticat, and now it's Seth Small, the all-time points leader at Texas A&M. He'll come on. He's only been with the Tiger Cats for a couple of days. This is a 48-yard attempt for Seth Small. The kick is up. The kick is good. So Seth Small helping his case with a long field goal, also extending the Tiger Cats lead. It's 22-15. Ticats leading with 2:40 to go. This is the Ticats Audio Network. No issues with the field goal kickers on either team. They are combined 6 for 6. Davis Alexander throwing over the middle. And that one in a lot of coverage with the Tiger Cats all around him. Kaya just couldn't hang on.
As a receiver, a lot of coaches will have a drop count throughout camp. They'll sort of be keeping track of things like that, and you kind of, some years we had a whiteboard with just the number of drops or number of catches that you had, and that kind of stuff it's just that mental. You just focus in, you get that out of your head, you visualize yourself making that catch in the next week before your second preseason game. 2nd and
10, Montreal on the far hash mark on their own 40. Davis Alexander stays in the pocket, throws to his left. It is complete to Kevin Kaya. So
nice.
Had the drop, has the catch, has the first down.
Good for him. Yeah, you go right back to him, and that was a nice route. He's got good speed coming out of his break on an out route there right at the sticks. Clean catch and turned it up for a few more yards.
15-yard gain. 7 quarterbacks have been used. 21 players have a catch. 51 players have a tackle. So, wow. Hey, welcome to the preseason. Yeah. Everybody getting a chance to get into the game. Another completion for Alexander, and he has been targeting Kaya. That's another completion to him.
Move the chains again. This is 2 minutes, 17 seconds left in the game. Hamilton, 7-point lead. Montreal driving down the field here, and right now into Hamilton territory.
Davis Alexander, 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 45, and he spots Hogan. He has been a big contributor for the Alouettes. He's getting close to 100 yards, in the 80s after that catch. Another first down for Montreal.
And Davis Alexander, they're running a little bit of a sort of a little muddle huddle, almost like a hurry up offense here, but 3 first down completions in a row.
Montreal, they relied on the run last year. They've only rushed 9 times in this game. They've thrown the ball 42 times, 4 different quarterbacks, and they've been good. And this is another completion, running across the middle from right to left. It's Kaya, and he will take this very close to another first down.
Nick Cross, playing Sam linebacker for the Ticats right now, gets taken deep into the secondary there by 2 receivers running deep routes, and then that crosser from right to left comes underneath for that 9-yard gain.
2nd and 1. Montreal on the Hamilton 18. Handoff. That didn't work. Tiger Cats all over it. Grant McDonald, first one in, and then the pack came and pulled Jordan Scarlett back for a loss.
Blake Green in on that for the Ticats rush as well. Boy, he came through free there. Really great job putting some cold water on that drive for the Alouettes.
Nice. 3rd and 4. Alouettes, they're going for it. Davis Alexander throws to his left. That is caught by Scarlett, and he works his way to the sideline. Nick Cross gets on his back, finally brings him down, but it's a first down on that third down gamble for the Alouettes. They're inside the Hamilton 10, down by 7 with 1:04 to go.
Great read by Davis Alexander, the fourth quarterback in for the Alouettes.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
right? And cover 0, finds his back, slipped out to the flat in the left, and they get a huge gain there.
Alouettes quarterbacks have all been very good. Trevor Harris started off. Dominic Davis came in. Ben Holmes, and now Davis Alexander. Alexander's 11 for 13, 95 yards. He came in the fourth quarter. 1:04 to go. 7-point game. Alouettes, they're inside the Hamilton 10. It's complete to Krishan Hogan, and Nick Cross puts his shoulders right up against Hogan's and stopped him from cutting back to his left to get into the end zone. Ball will be spotted inside the 5.
Great stop, great chance for both teams to make the most of a really intense situation. There's less than a minute left in the game. The Ticats have a 7-point lead, and they're on the 4-yard line now. Dig the heels in and go into the next week of training camp having made this stop. That's just a great sign of a young team coming to.
Nick Cross, youngest player on the Ticats last year, still one of the youngest. That's a big play. Alexander, he's got all kinds of time. Now he has to roll. Here comes the pressure. Runs to his right, past the numbers, throws to the end zone. It is incomplete. He could not connect with Ente Eguavon, but there are flags on the field.
I'm thinking we're going to have a defensive holding here. That would bring it up to the 1-yard line. Great pass breakup by Nick Cross. So, RJ, we don't have overtime in preseason.
Okay.
So, if you're the Alouettes, they're going to go. If they score a touchdown here, they're going to go for 2, right? They're not going to kick a field goal to tie. I wouldn't think.
Maybe they don't want to lose it all this year. They'll take a tie.
I hope they don't think that way.
29 seconds on the clock. The ball is
so they're
on the 2-yard line.
First down. There must have been some sort of defensive holding there.
Alexander under center, but before this ball, or just as it snapped, the flags come flying.
This is huge. If this is on the Alouettes.
So Montreal got a timeout called before the snap.
Okay. So the last penalty was an illegal contact. Which moved this up to an Alouettes first down on the 2-yard line. 29 seconds left. They've got 3 chances to go 2 yards into this end zone. There's a good chance there, and then we're going to have an exciting end to a preseason game here. See what happens.
Everything's exciting.
You're right.
Nothing was easy last year.
You're right. It's like Disney World. There's no bad days here.
Tiger Cats postgame coming up. Louie and Andy are standing by. Coach O will have his thoughts with the guys. Alden Darby, be tough to keep him out of the starting lineup. He's had some big plays tonight. And Courtney Stephen will join the round table. And Luke, you'll have to hustle over there and join the guys too. So Luke will be on that postgame show as well. Looking forward to that. Davis Alexander under center. 29 seconds to go. 7-point game. Ball on the Hamilton 2-yard line. Alexander tries to go straight ahead with it. No indication from the referees. Looks like he's well short of the end zone for sure.
Looks like they stopped him.
It'll be second down.
Moved it up to the 1-yard line there from the 2. So only 4 seconds ran out on that play.
25 seconds on the clock. Hamilton leads 22-15. Montreal jumped out to a 9-0 lead in this game. Tiger Cats have taken the lead late, and now they're saying it's a touchdown. Alexander takes it into the end zone. The ball did pop loose, and there is a flag. So Davis Alexander, quarterback keeper, touchdown for Montreal. It's a 1-point game.
They're keeping him on. Offense is taking the field for the Alouettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're right. Team's going to get a loss, one of these teams.
That's right.
Preseason. Well, we had a lot of guys to learn tonight.
Yeah.
lot of impressive performances.
It was actually a good football game.
Yeah.
It really was. Not riddled with turnovers, and we'll see how it's going to go here. Montreal is lined up for the two-point convert on the 3-yard line.
Also good to work on this. Davis Alexander for 2 points and the win. He's got time, stays in the pocket. He throws complete to Krishan Hogan for the 2-point conversion, but there is a flag on the play.
It's on. They're pointing Hamilton's way.
Illegal contact, Hamilton. Penalty declined. 2-point convert is good.
So there is time on the clock, 15 seconds. Hamilton now trailing by a point after that touchdown and 2-point conversion. Davis Alexander coming in at quarterback. He's been very good too. Krishan Hogan, they may have found a valuable piece. He's been used a lot. One of the few players who hasn't been taken out of the game. Krishan Hogan over 100 yards receiving. And he caught that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he showed up all night, and he had a couple good first down conversions on a couple of the Alouettes' longer drives. A lot of guys on both sides of the ball here that did a credit for themselves in their efforts to have a job in 2 weeks from now or so, and not hard to see signs of hope for both teams in their efforts to get to the Grey Cup this year.
Tiger Cats have Tony Brown and Derek Vickers back. Although we'll see what Montreal does with this kick. 15 seconds to go. They will kick it deep. And this is Derek Vickers. Catches it at his own 25. Gets across the 30 to 35. Up to the 40 and just past the 40-yard line. That took 5 seconds. 10 seconds on the clock. Michael Damagala has hit 2 field goals from 32 yards and 49 yards. Seth Small is hit from 48 yards.
You'd kind of need to get just about 30 yards or so here to get into, let's say that 50-yard range for a field goal. With 10 seconds, you kind of got to make that happen pretty much right now on this first play of the series.
Jamie Newman, he came in at quarterback. He's the 8th quarterback in the game. Hasn't thrown a pass yet, but he will now. And he's going to throw deep along that right sideline, and it was Donnell Williams trying to track it down. There's a flag right near where that pass was thrown, right near where the coverage was. And here's the call.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
let's
pass
take
interference.
a look here where this gets spiked. There's 4 seconds on the clock, and the pass interference just gave the Ticats. Oh, they're still going. A 40-yard. Oh, man. Oh, I'm having flashbacks to Bo Levi Mitchell deep in this on the same field, throwing a late pass interference that got us down put him down into field goal range to of course, kick the field goal to beat us. And, I mean, what a costly thing. Here's a chance at a pressure kick for the Ticats.
And it's Tig Leader coming in for his first CFL field goal attempt. It's a 35-yarder to give the Tiger Cats the win. There's 4 seconds on the clock. Tig Leader, the kick, and it's good.
Okay.
The former professional rugby player hits his first CFL field goal, and the Tiger Cats win.
How great is that? A preseason game, and we're storming the field. Winning kick with 0 on the clock. This is great, man. We're in for a great season, RJ. This is awesome.
What a crazy game that was.
Yeah.
Back and forth, close for most of it, and the Tiger Cats win on the final play of the game. Tig Leader, the former rugby player with a huge kick, his first CFL field goal, wins it for the Tiger Cats. Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Luke, exciting game tonight. What are your final thoughts?
We're just in for a great CFL season, I think. I mean, both of these teams probably are really, really encouraged by their young guys. They really should be. Yeah, especially in the wide receiving core for Hamilton. I just saw so many guys out there doing everything they can to be great, to do their job, to make their plays. We had a really impressive passing game on both sides.
Yes,
really,
with a lot of different quarterbacks.
and that's not easy. You get, even to the most basic things, like each quarterback's slight differences in the cadence. That's a hard thing to mesh with. And when you're in the game and you're playing through multiple quarterbacks and the quarterbacks have multiple receivers, the completion percentage tonight across the board, as well as the lack of turnovers, really impressive. I mean, that was some pretty decent football, and it feels great to be back into a season where we have these games to get ready and where you have a full slew of 18 games to play and figure out a champion this year. And it's just a exciting time right now for the league and for specifically our Hamilton Ticats pulling out a winning field goal at the end of the fourth quarter, going into the lake, wind off of the mountain. It's awesome. What a great way to start this year off.
That penalty with Montreal up by 1 point was a 41-yard improvement in field position. It gave Tig Leader a chance to win it for the Tiger Cats. He did. You talked about the quarterbacks, how effective they were. They all combined for a 78% completion percentage. So that's pretty good with a lot of the guys without CFL experience. So they got some tonight. It was exciting, and it is Tim Hortons Field. They find a way to win, don't they?
Cool. I mean, it's just so fun. They really do. And I can see we're watching the scoreboard and watching these guys walk around the field, and you can just see that glow of some of these guys with their first time competing in Canada, first professional experience for some guys. And it's just a great moment for a lot of young players who just had a chance to be a part of really a pretty special win, albeit doesn't matter. I don't know if we'll be talking about this in a few months from now, but still.
It's a real team bonding. You have so many guys on the roster. No cuts needed to be made before this game.
You're right. These guys, your family isn't up here yet. None of that. And you go back to McMaster tonight, and it's a good football experience to have under your belt, and gives you some energy to, not lose any steam as you're trying to make this team into camp. Really, really excited for these young guys.
Tig Leader with the green shoes, number 76. Ticats fans, you'll see him soon. You can listen to the next preseason game. It's coming up Friday against the Argos. That will be at the University of Guelph. We'll have the call for you in the Ticats audio network. Officially tonight, the Tiger Cats win their first preseason game. The score 25-23. The Tiger Cats beat the Alouettes. Tiger Cats postgame with Louis B. and Andy Fantuz is coming up next. For Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats audio network.
Ticats Audio Network.